Hey guys, it's Leon Nightwalker, back with another episode of our playthrough here. So, we got a lot unloaded on our last one, where managed to basically deal with... Well, we dealt with Anima, we went to the moon, we met up with all the allies, and then we also fought Zodiark, which honestly I figured would be our finale battle. So, if that's not the finale, I really wonder what's going to be the final battle. But that's kind of where we left off. We haven't really discussed what happened or what happens next with the group. Yeah. I was in the middle of doing roulettes before this stream. However, well, I did manage to level up a little bit in a quarter. So I went to 86 and a quarter. I managed that. Now, I was on the trial roulette, but it was Zodiark, and honestly, I'm not really in the mood to try and deal with something that's extremely current for me. So I just decided to leave. Because really, it's hard enough to do some of these roulettes without them being current level. And I'm not about to do something that I barely know the mechanics of for a roulette. So, I'm just not going to deal with that. So, for right now, I am under, at this time, a 28-minute penalty. But, I'll probably just do it later. So, right now, let's go ahead and just dive right in. Zoom out, because that's definitely too close up. No, it really makes me wonder, though, if Zodiark's not the final enemy, then what is? And I feel like something's gonna happen to him before he can actually tell us what he needs to tell us. Which is foolish, and it's overly done. Basically, someone's about to tell us vital information, and then something happens to them while they're resting. And that's bullcrap. I mean, can we for once have it where the character actually finishes the sentence without having something happen to them or be interrupted? I mean, we are about to experience the final days. I think letting him power through his fatigue to tell us what he needs to takes more precedence than how much rest he has or needs. So, if maintaining the prison for Zodiark drains her strength, does that mean she'll get stronger now that he's defeated? I sincerely hope he finishes what he was saying. Just don't pull that "I'm about to disappear" crap before I tell you what I need to.
It is we who should thank you. The records stored here are nothing short of extraordinary. There is much we could learn of Zodiark and his imprisonment, but perhaps you could offer us more focused guidance. Pray, tell us of the calamity that came before, and comes now again.
I'm guessing that's pronounced as Aetheris?
Were the ancients ever able to deduce its source? Celestial currents. I cannot say I am familiar with the concept.
And so they sought a means to harness the forces of darkness, of activity and growth. Thus was Zodiark conceived. No less a power than a god's could set right the laws of nature and quicken the flow of ether within the star.
Emmett Selk claimed that those who summoned Hydaelyn did so because they saw Zodiark's power as a threat. Is that true?
Ascians set in motion 7 rejoinings before we came to oppose them. How many more worlds would have been lost had we not placed our faith in her? How many more souls living in the present would have been snuffed out for the sake of those long dead?
Well, in light of recent events, I see no reason to doubt your words. And even if Hydaelyn is not a god in truth, if Minfilia believed that we should trust in her plans, then I choose to do just that. Which brings me to a rather important question. Let's suppose we try but fail to stop this second coming of the final days. Should the source fall, what will become of the other worlds?
So nothing can truly bad happen to the source in order to fulfill the plans of the Ascians. The other reflections, though, those need calamities. So, what are we doing now?
Yes, but what is it?
What does that mean exactly? Does that mean they're still alive? Because as far as I know, the only living Aetheris is the Watcher here. I mean, there are the Ascians, but they're not really the same as they once were. Why do I phase through? Okay, so we go up. Yeah, I remember going down this path, even though it was an auto-follow. Luna Tender. What in the heck was that motion? That was like some ballerina motion. Why are we so concerned about a dog? Oh, hey. Is this person actually fishing in here? Okay. Over there. Puppy. What the heck? The doggies. No, I'm very curious what the actual threat is in this game, in this expansion. I doubt it's Xenos. I think Xenos is one of our adversaries, of course, unless it turns into those unlikely ally scenarios where they team up for a common enemy. I think that's the only alternative scenario I could see between Xenos as well as the protagonist, is that they end up joining forces. Otherwise, he's probably going to be someone we fight along the way, but not the final enemy. I highly doubt he'd be the final enemy. I mean, it is smart to keep our forces split. And what's with the giant door? There's an aetherite, whatever is across it. I'm just completely lost as to where the plot is going from here. Is that the aetherite? It's huge! Slight detour. I don't know if it'll let me attune to it right now, but we're gonna find out. This thing's seriously an aetherite? I guess I can't attune to it right now. Either that or it's not in its completed state or something like that. Ah, that thing is big, man. Finally, I can fly. I believe I can fly. Wait a minute. Oh, there's the ether. That really threw me off. I was about to be like, dang, it's big. Okay, what's about to happen?
Our moonship pilot should be around here somewhere. Is that right?
There and there. Is that a lullaphone? No, that's a rabbit thing. No, it's a mouse? And there's more of them. They're all dressed the same, they all look the same. That one's still sleepy, it looks like. Okay.
Look lively, everyone! I know, this 1243rd inspection is a mite ahead of schedule, but it is of the utmost importance, for Zodiac, alas, is no more.
So nonchalant, aren't ya?
As of now, our mighty moon has a new purpose, to bear the people of Aetheris to safety!
So wait a minute, you've got the actual Aetheris people here?
Our time has come, my friends! We must be swifter than swift. There is much to do before our guests arrive.
You mean
I
like right
expect your
now?
workstations to be immaculate. And don't forget to relay our signal to Aetheris.
Okay, I'm confused. Wasn't Aetheris sundered into many different parts? Isn't that the whole reason why the Ascians were trying to reform Zodiac to bring back their world? So,
Questions?
I'm confused.
Yes? No? Maybe so? No? Then hop to it!
Did the Ascians not know anything about this, or... I need to see something more than just this hearsay.
'Tis a rather curious crew she hath chosen. Their endearing forms intended to ease the passengers' hearts, perhaps.
Perhaps.
He's not sure. I think he's still trying to process what he's seeing. May as well take the quick way down. Alright, now let's attune. Alright. May as well take a look over here. Not exactly what I should have looked at. Oh, I actually quite like that. I could easily use that for Sage when I come to that point. Let's see. Okay. It covers up the different accents, doing just solid white. So if you want the accents and the lining, you'll have to do a darker color. Huh. Alright. Not really a fan of that. Disciple of War. Maiming. Striking. And scouting. This one definitely has some potential. Scheming? not bad. Alright, let's take a look at what weapons they've got. Not something that I meant. I imagine this thing transforms. Yep. Not the best looking thing, is it? Also transform. Reminds me of the Ironworks gear. It's very much like the Ironworks gear. I think that should just about do it. I could get myself the accessories, but why bother? I'm just gonna level up and get stronger. I never really change my gear current. To the ledge! I never really change my gear outside of every 10 levels. Unless there's a situation that really requires me to. Alright, let's see what... Chipper. I want to know what this whole thing about keeping the Aetherius safe is about. Are you telling me they are still alive to this day? That they still exist? Entirely of children? Really? You're just like the Aetherius. You assume we're children because we're much smaller than them. Can someone please explain? Why is no one correcting them? Like, you're all just children. What are your parents thinking? Like, we're not children, we're adults. And we understand that you're Not talking to us with the respect that goes with it. I think I went the wrong way. I did go the wrong way. Zero patience. Me too sometimes. Me too. Do all of their names end with way?
Right, of course. Introductions are in order. Ahem. My name is Livingway, and we are the Roulettes, created for the express purpose of commanding this ship and bearing the people of Etheris to a brave new world. More specifically, I am the one whom she charged with the execution of her most vital plans. You might say I'm her right paw.
She's very proud of herself, isn't she?
Livingway's the name, map reader and navigator of the heavens.
Is there a profession included with way for their name?
Pleasure to meet you all, but I'm still trying to make sense of this.
Confusion and bewilderment are completely understandable. Fear not, I shall walk you through it.
Living way.
The people of Etheris, through no fault of your own, I'm sure, set in motion a series of events that, unfortunately, culminated in Zodiac's obliteration. Acutely aware of the imminent crisis, your parents sent you little ones on ahead while they began the necessary preparations.
Oh, for the love of someone, please explain. There's no parents here. It's just us.
Still not following? No? Very well. I shall elaborate further.
Unless you're talking about Hydaelyn.
Here, we have Etheris, your home, and the moon, where we are now.
Wait a minute. So, you're talking about all the people on the source is Etheris? We're still calling it that, even though it's no longer that actual world anymore?
Without Zodiac around to keep things lively, so to speak, the celestial currents of the star have doubtless begun to degrade. A calamity of apocalyptic proportions will be visited upon Etheris, bringing an end to all life.
So when they say that they're helping the Etheris, they don't mean the beings that started this whole thing, they mean us.
So too hath the Watcher claimed. By thine unperturbed countenance, I gather this eventuality was anticipated.
The doom and gloom? Oh yes, quite expected. Imagine, if you will, that Etheris is a delicious carrot that I've forgotten to eat and left out in the midday sun. The most earnest wishes or prayers will not stop it from rotting to the core. So sadly, there's nothing to be done but to abandon said carrot, Etheris, in case the metaphor is lost on you, to its grisly fate.
And this moon will serve as the vessel to deliver us to a new home.
Just so! We will gather up as many people, supplies, and resources as our stores will hold. And Once everyone is aboard, it's off to another star. Easier said than done, admittedly, for one does not simply hop from star to star on a whim, which is precisely why we've spent countless years constructing the most propulsive of propulsion systems. We ought to make it to our destination in 2 shakes of a rabbit's tail.
Impressive technology. I dare say it is beyond anything we have ever seen.
I mean, that's one idea, but I doubt they're gonna let go of their world that easily.
No need to shower us with praise. All we've done is faithfully carry out the instructions left to us by Hydaelyn. Back in the old days, when she was still just Venar, she was dedicated to the study of the world and its inner workings.
What, was she a person?
And the Watcher, the real one, not the simulacrum you met, was one of her fellow researchers. We and this wondrous vessel masquerading as a moon are products of their knowledge and know-how.
There's certainly more to you all than meets the eye. Might I ask where exactly you intend to take us?
We identified a few promising candidates for resettlement some time ago, but we cannot guarantee that they are fit for habitation. Moreover, the ship can only travel in short bursts. We intend to go down our list, hopping from star to star, until we find one suitable for resettlement. No need to worry, though. The vessel is being refurbished with accommodation for an extended stay as we speak. While we did have to rely upon outside help to determine what amenities were essential, I dare say we have risen to the challenge.
Help? From who?
Why do I get the feeling we don't want to know the answer? Or we're gonna be shocked.
From you and yours! Who else? Each time we woke to perform regularly scheduled maintenance, we were greeted by the resources you sent us. What better way to learn about preferences and proclivities of our present-day charges?
They're talking about the Sharlayans. Yeah, it makes sense now. All those supplies the Sharlayans were gathering for a sacred duty. It's this, isn't it? The Sharlayans are the ones that are organizing with these people, aren't they?
But you're still adorable little children. Perhaps your elders were responsible for the deliveries.
Oh my gosh, someone please!
I'm not sure what led you to conclude otherwise, but I can assure you that we are all grown men and women.
Thank you, Thancred, best man of the group.
And I very much doubt my elders know this place exists, much less how to send you so much as a starlight missive.
What? Then who in blazes let you on my moon?
Hydaelyn herself.
Hydaelyn herself let
Wow,
you here?
I didn't even know she was going to say that.
You don't say! Well, that's really not children. Then why are you so small and stunted? Like little baby carrot people.
Who knows? Ask Hydaelyn
Well,
why.
Amarotines were a great deal taller. In the present day, persons of such prodigious size are exceedingly rare.
So, you're saying everyone's not like the Watcher? Oh, confound it all! Someone could have at least scribbled a note about your profound miniaturization.
Thank you.
That tome in thy possession.
Oh, this? One of the first books sent to us. A compendium of the people of Aetheris, with a few blank pages at the back for minor corrections and updates as needed. The sum total of our knowledge of your kind is contained in these pages. I thought it was abridged and made small for our benefit, but this isn't a regular-sized book, is it?
Wow, that little bit of information put her into a frenzy.
Building Way, can you hear me? Yes, we're all very busy.
Wait a minute. If she was making accommodations and renovations built for people about as tall as the Watcher, I think that's why she's panicking, because she's preparing for people who are much larger that are never gonna show up.
Change of plans. I need you to rebuild the domiciles at 1/3 the scale. All of them. Yes, all of them, and but me no buts. See to it with all speed.
Yeah, that's exactly why she's freaking out. She's freaking out because she prepared for large individuals that are never gonna show up.
Perhaps you could tell us a bit more about your terrestrial collaborators.
Yes, in due time. But first, I'd like to hear more about you, if it's all the same. I'd rather not risk any other complications due to outdated knowledge of our passengers-to-be.
They're all looking at each other like, what did we just walk into? The Caratorium? Really? So are they rabbits then? They kind of look like mice though. I don't know if I'm supposed to be down there or stay up here. The fact it's showing a passageway, but there's not one, tells me... Alright. Geronimo! Is that another aetherite? Well, yes, but I don't think it's one we can attune to. They're all rainbow colored, like in Eden. Okay. I just want to see what the facilities up here look like. It really is a caratorium. Because there's carrots. Oh crap. Why are there enemies on the ship? Is this some kind of sick joke? Cooking way. Ah, crap. Why can't it just be a ramp or stairs, not this crap? I'm guessing this is what stairs would be like for the actual Aetheris. You know what? I'll choose the blue one because that's my favorite color. Then why ask me? If he's just gonna take whatever he wants, why even ask me? So I did get the blue one? Why does a number pop into my head? And what's with the buff? Philosopher carrot? Bleeding carrots? Dream carrots? For every occasion. What kind of carrots do you make here? I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the blue one very much. I like one that increases intelligence. Because the more you know, the better. But dang, how do you make them do these things? Well, sure, I guess. But here's the problem. Not everyone has the same taste for food. You have to have variety. So, it's deliberate? They name themselves after their profession? Like, I thought that was just a coincidence, you know, like on iCarly where Spencer has the friend Sako who has all the siblings or relatives that have profession-based names. Like you've got Sako, Otto, who's into automobiles. You got Tyler, who sells ties. Who else was it? Those are the most notable ones I can think of. But those, I'm sure, well, I don't know how that happens by accident, but I can't believe these people actually named themselves after the profession. I'm really sick of these coffers. It's not like I'll actually use them. Oh, this I've gotta see. So now we're gonna take a look at what their idea of clothing is. Are these enemies, robot things, supposed to be security or something? There's fates too. That's fantastic. Something that's supposed to be... Are they rabbits too? Yep, those are rabbits. What about the big one? Doesn't look like a rabbit. Well, yes, but we're not always wearing attire matching our profession. Oh, I cannot wait to see what this turns out to be. I imagine if they get Y'shtola into something ridiculous, she's probably gonna get aggressive about it. Y'shtola is a strong woman who speaks her mind. She's a strong intellectual woman that speaks her mind. So, I imagine that if it's something ridiculous, she's not gonna be quiet about it. Bloodlust? Something simple yet functional, fashionable and refined. Ensemble? Honestly, I think it would be one of these two just because I feel like this would be more my style. Not the bloodlust part, but basically a fighter. And then this would probably be something more casual. I don't know. I think I'll take my chances with this one. Just to see what they come up with. Embody your what? What in the world is this? Let me guess, this is the only choice. These people only know how to be basically... Basic, pretty much, is... They only provide the basic necessities, they don't really provide any variety. Oh, I'm speechless, alright. But... it is because I dislike it. Are you kidding? I have to wear this crap? Oh, good grief. Oh, come on! I barely even came close to the... No, I'm assuming that if I do the wrong action, the outfit's gonna wear off on me. I don't know if fighting is going to dispel it or not, but I really don't want to find out. What? She just added on to what I was... It's basically the same outfit with just some additions. You guys are really out of date on your style. And like the sleeves, they're just tied up cloths. I mean, I'm sure that if you use the right material, it could be a pretty good design. But when you just tie cloths on to the arm and just call it fashion, it's not. Okay. I'm gonna risk it. You're out of date on you. A mask too? Are we all wearing masks? Okay, I like the mask. The mask is pretty boss. He's like, they're all like, just shoot me. That's like a cold-faced, dead serious, like, get me out of these clothes or shoot me. This silence is priceless. They're all like, someone say something. Can someone please tell them that that's not appropriate attire? Well, that was in his time. What do we have here? I'm guessing that one's quite a bit different from the others. Growing way. Let's just save ourselves some time. Yeah, they built this place to be far bigger than it actually needed to be.
Ready in the teleporter. Access to living quarters restricted due to reconstruction. Then where is it? Oh no!
A private audience, as thou didst request, for reasons I know not.
Private convo, huh?
Just a precaution. I'd rather I didn't have to ask the question at all, but I take my responsibilities very, very seriously. Do you and your friends, by any chance, find our accommodation wanting? Be honest, brutally even.
'Twould be ungracious of me to belittle the efforts of thee and thine.
Lovely sentiment, really. But the disappointment is writ plain on your comrades' faces. It's all the more frustrating since no one will come out and say what they find wanting.
Well, they are, but they're trying to be nice about it.
There are faults in our work. We need to know. We can, we will do better. But time is not on our side. The final days will wait for no one. If your people are to be saved, we must take quick and decisive action. This vessel must serve as a home for as many passengers as possible, for far longer than we may like. Which brings me to my request. Our collaborators on Atheris are doing what they can to prepare for the voyage. Would you be willing to go and lend them a hand?
I bet anything at all, that it's Sharlayan. I want to say it's Sharlia, even though I know it's Sharlayan. But Sharlayan sounds like an individual, not a country. Sharlia sounds like a country. But anyway, I bet anything that it is Sharlayan that is the collaborators.
Having seen the moon for yourself, you could speak to its many splendors, learn what else they might require, and assuage whatever concerns they have.
Wherefore wouldst thou entrust me with such a task?
How to put it? You're the only one who appears not to be wholly unsatisfied with our work. Oh, quite good at pretending that's the case, at least. Calm, collected, tactful to a fault. Very particular with your words, too. You understand that, in the face of great danger, one cannot pursue perfection at the expense of practicality. The difficult choices must often be made for the greater good.
And so fate doth conspire to set my feet upon this path once more.
He finds himself in this position a lot.
Idle musings. 'Tis no trifle thou dost ask. Yet full well do I understand the urgency and necessity.
Oh, dear me! Dear me! I was terribly sorry for the mix-up.
Great job outing me to everyone.
It's a bit of a malfunction. I hadn't realized the residential quarters were inaccessible, you see. But you're still in one piece. So, all's well that ends well, yes? Won't happen again. I promise.
How long have you been standing there? Oh, did they not notice? I don't know, the living quarters probably would have been absurdly huge. No, I mean, even with this gracious plan of theirs, people are more likely to try and save their world before they try to abandon it. Is this gonna be absurd too? Yeah, it is. Because they got artificial trees that don't even look like them. I do realize they're trying their best, and it is well designed of an area, but there's no natural foliage here. But you still gotta be grateful to their attempts. It is a lot that they've done to prepare for people they never were sure they'd be helping. I mean, they want to know that they're wanting, so... well, that may be, but that's not the same thing for most people. I mean, I fully understand the amount of effort they put into this place, but they prepared for people of a far greater stature than anyone they'd actually be dealing with. Are we really gonna do this? Why do the robots have to have rabbit ears? Did that one just hop like a rabbit? Ah. 6,000 years! My word, you've been at this for a long time. Nefarious actor? What the heck was that? I mean, if there was actually grass and trees here instead of these structures, it would be a very nice, leisurely walk. Someone really needs to help these people design their interior better. I mean, they fulfill all the basic requirements, but there's no one who'd be happy living in a place like this. I bet anything it's Sharlayan. I mean, yeah, if we can save the world, we may as well try. And I guess this is how they would know if the end of the world was coming. No, there's just too many connecting dots being here, linking it to Sharlayan. Because they said if the end of the world was coming, they'd know it. And these people seem to be the only ones that they could get that information from. And it is confirmed that they do have collaborators on the planet. And I can't think of anyone that fits that bill other than Sharlayan. Probably should have just taken the elevator. The teleporter, elevator, whatever. Aw, poor puppy. Still out here, it seems. Am I gonna have to sneak around again? Okay, get behind the rock. He's gonna turn around right around this time, I bet. Yep. God dang, no. I got too close too soon. I got too eager. I thought he would have passed by the time I caught up. Alright, I'll take my time this time. No, I'm sure that's the right hiding spot, but I just went in too fast, too soon. Go up. Do need to keep moving. There we go. Now we're in a proper position. Oh, crap, crap, crap. He's making a break for it. Oh, come on. If he runs, I'm gonna need my mount. No, I wasn't sure where I was gonna hide if he stopped out in the open. He knows we were following.
Thine arrival is timely as ever. Thou didst chance to overhear my conversation with Livingway, I presume? 'Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless, I have been asked to do that and more yet again. Is it so plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance? My capacity for silence and secrecy and duplicity? When Grahatir did contrive to deliver the first at the price of his own life, I was complicit in the scheme. A sacrifice averted for a mercy. Would that I could say the same for Menphilia. One life for one world. And by that bloody bargain, brokered by my hand, were the scions robbed of a dear comrade, and Flamine her beloved daughter. Two souls, whose selflessness was beyond measure, whose resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest. But protest I did not. Far from it. I pushed them forward. No effort did I make to seek out alternatives. Ones that would not demand such terrible costs. That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction. Dearest Moonbringer, who did face death unflinching, that we might secure a means to bring low the Ascians. In her hour of need, I did naught. Dutiful disciple of Louisoix, ever looking to the greater good. Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead, mayhap she would be with us today. Selfish wants, born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. Subterfuge and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation. The calamity of Amarot was a tragedy beyond reckoning, one which must never again come to pass. Thus must we struggle, haunted by ghosts of those we have lost, clinging to those we pray we can yet save. But what of those we cannot? How do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity?
I mean, all three of these answers could be considered right ones. I mean, yeah, there is no right answer. And we don't always have the time to weigh the cost of our actions or inactions. But for me, I think I would honestly fit well with this response. Have faith in yourself and your decisions. Take heart and protect well those you can. That's a little bit more along the lines of what I would say, so let's go with that.
Sage counsel indeed. I see. Wisdom as befits a great worm. Curious that he should think thee in need of such encouragement. Strange. Scarcely can I remember when last we spoke alone, and so candidly. I thank thee. For all my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts. As for the Loporrit's proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond. 'Twould be to our mutual benefit if we could converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers. A concern I should be glad to address on the Scion's behalf. To dispense with all pretense and bare one's heart to another is a frightening thing indeed. But we cannot move forward ere we take that bold first step. A lesson I have learned many times before. And today.
There's someone watching. The Roulettes.
What are they saying? Curse these ears and that barrel!
They accused us of being
No
children.
matter. We've got our plans.
But they've got children-like tendencies. What's with that face? Alright, hang on for me 1 sec, guys. Alright, I just needed a moment to kind of rehydrate myself. Alright, so, what's next? help this guy out. Huh? How many of these do I have to fight? Alright. I think this is a ruse. Yeah, honestly, I think this one is the most accurate response. This is the more passive one. This one puts me in the middle. It's basically being passive while at the same time kind of doubting or putting them in a position to doubt their actions. So I'm gonna go with the middle option. How about an extra pair of hands before I go and meet with Y'shtola? Wrong hotbar. Wait a minute. I'm guessing those are the ether current quest. I'm just gonna teleport there. Up and over. Moping way? Moping way. What kind of profession? Professional moper. Unless it's supposed to be mopping way. Ah, dear. Okay. Are we really about to lob these moose flesh balls at... We got a runner. And... Ah. Dang, he moves a lot. Where is he? Stopped long enough. I didn't think he would stop. That would have ended badly if I hesitated and he bolted. I think I'm getting the picture. They put us on this wild goose chase to go after the most elusive one out of their bunch to keep us busy. They're trying to keep us busy, that's what they're doing. But for what reason is the question? Yep, they're trying to keep us busy for some reason. Please tell me you're not gonna buy this. The fact he suddenly remembers as we think of going to find Urianger. I honestly think our time would be best served investigating why they want to keep us away from Urianger and Livingway. guiding way. Let's check down here first, make sure. Okay, it is upstairs. You gotta wonder how many of these things are housed. So I can't use this one, I have to go to the other one. Knocking way. Now, does that mean he knocks on doors a lot, or does it mean that he knocks people out? Well, you can't say that there's not enough room here. Okay, so it is out of concern, but it's misguided. Do they actually... Well, they did say they know creation magic. Right. Salt and darkness really helps out. Well, two can play this game, quite literally in fact. Well, that's the end of my shadow. Hang on. Have I? Yeah, I should have done this from the start. Alright, time for puppy power.
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
Nothing! They just want to get you alone.
Oh, come off it, friend. You know full well why we're here. The time has come for you to return to Aetheris and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
Forgive me, Living Way, but I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
Huh? But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late.
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
Oh, bugger!
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose? For millennia, you and yours worked tirelessly towards the singular purpose of this heavenly vessel's construction. An arduous feat by any measure. 'Tis clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
Our names? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
Names are an expression of the self. A declaration of one's hopes and aspirations.
They're misguided, but they are quite adorable.
Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose. There can be no doubt that your love for the people of Aetheris is boundless and pure.
Yes! Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing! We Loporrits were born of Hydaelyn's love for Aetheris. That shining, shimmering blue jewel, brightest star in the sky, brimming with life and possibilities. For as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly, to serve and serve well. That goes for all of us, don't you see? So help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe. If there's anything wrong with what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
We know you would, but that's not really the point. The point is we have to try.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men, and your own kin besides. Singing Way, thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Aetheris are beyond counting, and span the length and breadth of emotion. Maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit, and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star. Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers. And thou, my friend, I do not think we've met.
My name is Pudding Way.
Does that mean she likes to eat a lot of pudding? He's
Pudding Way.
struggling for that one.
Yes, indeed. A name of deep and abiding significance, I'm sure, but one perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds than tasteless words.
You could go along the food critic route on explaining.
A judicious application of fey magics at a later juncture may be appropriate. And living way. 'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of thy moniker. When I was a bookish boy, a dear friend of mine was fond of peppering me with questions as I read, to my occasional annoyance. One day, I posed to her a question of mine own. What doth it mean to live? After much contemplation, she proffered this answer, the anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson. The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend. She believed it to be all these moments and more.
I want to understand, but...
I, too, still labor to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. For thee. Ink as blue as the waters of Aetheris. Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it. The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course. Until they do, I beg your patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Living Way's compendium. An open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations. But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
There you have it. I shall remain with the Roulettes to ensure that all is in order. Though we must needs prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort. To accept failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of Reen's, of all reflections, and the souls that call them home. Which is why I have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Should the worst come to the worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
Aye, thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind, if being the operative term.
No, it's a scarlet color. Or rather, crimson.
I hate to interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests. Do convey our apologies to Growing Way and the others.
But of course! And when next we welcome more guests from Aetheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts. Oh, and Sir Circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
Sharlayan.
Agreed. The Sharlayan Forum, yes?
My girl! She came to the same conclusion!
What? How did you know?
It's obvious.
The more I heard, the more obvious it became. The Forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement. Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans. But let us continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long enough.
Oh, I can't wait to go to the forum and be like, hey, we know what your grand plan is, and we're not having it. Right. I'm really getting tired of these coffers. Garlemald. Alright, so we popped up in the train station. Yeah, I've not teleported here before, so I kinda needed to get my bearings. I've been here, but I've never teleported here. Another one of these quests. Eventually I'll work on them, but it's most likely going to be once I've cleared the story. Okay. Oh, we've already done that dungeon, okay. This is not a landscape that I have fond memories of. This is exactly where I was stuck when desperate to return to friends in need. I'm trying to clear that part of the map. Unless... Alright, just a little closer. There we go. Now let's find our way around. 3 levels higher. I don't know if I'll attract his attention. I know lately, when I was doing Eureka beforehand, if I was 3 levels higher, they wouldn't pay attention to me. I just wanted to see if I'd grab his attention. Get up here? Looks like. Well, it looks like I wasn't supposed to come up here, but happy accident. Okay. Whoops. Come on. Alright. I wonder if I was supposed to come this way. Because isn't this... where we came, where we entered the moon from? Was I supposed to find a teleporter of some kind? I don't know. I mean, either way, it's already too late. If I teleported back and it wasn't there, I'd be making a fool of myself. Enter the bloody nether gate. Okay, so I was supposed to use a teleporter, I guess. I feel like we should at least first address the Sharlayans, but at the same time though, they might try to stop us from telling anyone else. Which one was it? Camp broken to us. Yeah, so, I mean, it might be better if we talk to other allies before we address the Sharlayans. And time to unload a huge amount of information. Alright, so now we get to confront the Sharlayans. I mean, I'm sure that's something he prefers. He's never really been interested in the throne, he's been interested in combat. I was about to try and ride to my next destination. Well, may as well save myself the 1,000 gil. Alright, so we're finally back in Sharlayan, and I cannot wait for this conversation. He was unleashed. Alright, everyone's together again. I feel like this should be actual voice acting here. Or are we about to get that? Oh, I know exactly what they're up to. They're gonna try to convince everyone. I wasn't expecting them to make the first move. Whoa. There's a lot of people. And who's at the head? Well, of course, the twins' father.
Order! Order, I say! I thank you all for gathering here on such short notice. This day we must speak of grave affairs and their implications for the future of Sharlayan, nay, of this very star. Said affairs concern all citizens, and so we have called for a public assembly. You may have heard rumors of the Talopheroi, and the havoc these madmen wreak abroad. Under normal circumstances, we would pay little heed to petty disturbances outside our borders. The final days, however, are another matter altogether. For we dare not ignore these prophetic words of Eld. The End-Bearers will come, ushering chaos and calamity. The final days descend and devour the very start.
I've never heard this prophecy.
Is it true? Will all that really happen?
Calm yourselves. The time has come to speak of the Forum's most sacred duties. But first...
Give voice to the voiceless. Let bindings be unbound. By unanimous decree, I declare the enchantment broken.
Master Leveilleur, if you would.
Very well. "270 years ago, our forebears began an expedition in the Dravanian hinterlands, in search of a route to access the ethereal sea. This much is public knowledge. Their findings, however, would become the Forum's most closely guarded secret. What those researchers discovered in the hinterlands was not a passage unto the ethereal sea, but the very heart of our star, and Hydaelyn herself. She spoke to them of a calamity that would extinguish all life, and of a means by which we might be spared. The moon. 'Tis in truth a gargantuan vessel built to serve as sanctuary for her children and deliver them from this doom. Much like Nunkref's hope in ages past, it will bear the people of a world in the throes of death to a new home.
Needless to say, this will be no small undertaking. To facilitate the great work, the Forum has maintained close contact with the servants of Hydaelyn, who presently reside on the moon. Convinced that the foretold end was all but inevitable, we began amassing a wealth of knowledge, not merely for the betterment of our nation, but in preparation for the journey to come.
You reveal this to us now? By the gods, how long do we have?
Days? Couple weeks, maybe?
While we cannot say with certainty, we believe the hour to be nigh. We received a transmission from the moon suggesting as much not long ago. Which is why we must in earnest begin preparations for the Great Exodus. For his impressive contributions and the leadership he demonstrated during our withdrawal from Dravania, we have elected Master Leveilleur to oversee this initiative.
Fellow scribes and scholars, my countrymen, we face a threat of unprecedented scale. We must challenge the trials before us with composure and conviction if we are to find salvation. The wisdom of Sharlayan has ever been a shining beacon in the darkness, and so it shall continue to be.
I mean, you are laying a lot at their feet.
It is our solemn charge to see our heritage preserved for future generations. For those who will come after, we will brave a new frontier.
Administrative edicts will be relayed to all major institutions ere long. In the meantime, carry on with your duties. With that, I hereby call this assembly to a close.
No, I wasn't really expecting them to make the first move, and I'm not sure if it's a good thing that they did.
Do you remember what Mother told us when we visited home? That it wasn't until after we were born that Father seemed to lose himself in his work. If that great work of his was the evacuation of this star, then...
Yes. It wasn't for his benefit. Would you mind waiting here a moment? I wish to speak with Father before we leave.
Take your time.
Thank you. I shan't be long.
If it's all the same to you, I have a few choice words to share with Father as well.
So, come to call us cowards and bid us join your fruitless battle against the inevitable.
Nay, we do not object to the Forum's proposal. On the contrary, those who wish to flee have every right to do so. Urianger is cooperating with your associates on the moon to ensure that all is ready should evacuation be our only recourse.
Then whatever your business, I suggest you be brief.
Though we cannot boast the boundless wisdom of Sharlayan, we have first-hand knowledge of foreign cultures, and have conversed with no small number of peoples. These experiences have taught us fundamental truths that cannot be recorded in any tome, nor charted on any map. The beating heart of this planet is its people, many of whom would give anything, even their lives, to protect the lands they love. Many may choose to join you in the end. But what of those unwilling or unable, for whom escape will never be an option? What would you have them do?
I bet he doesn't have an answer to this.
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, Father. It is indolence. This is why we choose to fight.
We'll not ask for your understanding, Father. Only that you don't turn a blind eye to the good we have done. That we can still do. We're not children in need of protection. Hold fast to your principles and let the world burn if it please. But we believe there is still another way. And if there is, we will find it. You see if we don't.
Do as you will. Just stay out of our way.
I think there is a mutual understanding between them formed, even if he won't say
Were he
it.
not so consumed with self-righteousness, he might tell you how proud he is of you both.
Bold words call for bold action. And there'll be no turning to your father should plans go awry.
As if I ever would. So long as there are those who wish to stay and fight for this star, we have to do what we can to help them.
And if we're to do that, we'll need to be well rested. Wouldn't you agree? And having triumphed over what we once thought to be the source of all evil, I can think of no one in greater need of at least a dozen winks.
Yeah, Zodiark was a
Shall
pain.
we then? To the Annex. To prepare for tomorrow.
Oh gosh, and I just realized it's probably gonna wind up being an extreme trial. Yeah, my FC's wondering if I'm on right now. But yeah, I'm very much absorbed into the story. And I just don't see the point in starting a conversation at this point in time. When doing so, I'll just wind up leaving the conversation half spoken. Because if I get in a cutscene, I'll have to choose which person to ignore. Well, not person exactly, I'll have to choose what I'm ignoring. So I'd rather just not start the conversation altogether. Because I am very social. I like talking to people. I like interacting with them, but I'm just not willing to start something I can't finish. Okay. No, I kind of wish that the revelation would have come out differently about the Sharlayan's grand duty. So what happens next? The Echo, huh? This is what it's gonna look like. Yeah, I'm curious if choosing any of these is going to make any of your choices show up. If I'm choosing who's gonna come through the door, well, I could think of worse people to pick than Y'shtola. If I'm picking who comes through the door, I pick her.
You're still awake. Good. Might I trouble you to stand still for a moment? Nothing appears out of the ordinary. A precautionary measure. You will recall that serving as a vessel for abundant light in the First very nearly ended poorly. In your recent battle on the moon, you were almost certainly exposed to similar, if not greater, forces. Fortunately, from what I can see, you and your ether are none the worse for wear. Would that Reen were here to confirm my assessment. To think you actually found yourself in a direct confrontation with Zodiark. As if Xenos gallivanting about in your body was not misfortune enough.
Please don't
Did you so
remind me
grossly
of that.
offend every single deity in a past life that they saw fit to place a curse upon your soul?
Well, something like that.
Forgive me. That was in poor taste. I recall vividly how battered and broken it was in the depths of Amarot. Would that you could have seen it with your own eyes. Mayhap then you would understand why the greater part of me is glad you did not. It was a horror beyond description. Promise me you will be careful, that you will seek my counsel if you feel unwell.
Anytime, Y'shtola, anytime.
That puts my heart at ease, if only a touch. I suspect it will grow colder as the night wears on, so do be sure to stay warm. Sleep well. May the shadows keep you.
She still has those practices from the First. Oh. Yep, it looks like you could only pick one. I'm glad it was Y'shtola, though. I'm sure you could probably use your adventurer's journal to go back and watch the different scenarios, but for my first playthrough, was definitely glad to pick her.
Thank the gods that tower is gone. The sight of it was enough to make me sick.
And we're in Alamigo now?
Thank the Ilsebar contingent, more like. Word is, they fought their way into Garlemald and toppled the bloody thing themselves. Not just the one, neither. All the towers have up and vanished.
Aye, I heard the same. Commander Aldin and his troops helped keep casualties to a minimum, too.
I feel like something bad's about to happen.
But is it true? They brought back tempered Garlean soldiers.
As Commander Aldin tells it, they've a treatment for that now. But don't you worry. Cured or not, they've no plans to bring them into the city proper.
I see. Well, that's a relief then. I know we've brothers and sisters among the lot, but I can't say I'm eager to welcome them home.
Wanted to think about it for a while yet. They're to be looked after in Alagana for the time being.
Euless? I bet it is Euless. But, oh no. Is that an effect of the final days? I mean, you can't really blame them because they've been terrorized by Garleans for as long as they can remember. Isn't that the animal specialist?
Another day, another commission of
Arendelle.
paramount importance. Well, what have we here?
Looks like a sodden drunk. But I doubt it's that simple.
Hey, are you all right?
You might want to get away from him, pal. Because I have a bad feeling about this. Yep.
Was that? No. The shadows play tricks, nothing more.
No, you'd best believe you saw what you did.
The towers are gone, and the Garlean threat is abated. And yet, why does it feel as though it's about to get much, much worse?
'Cause it is. Okay, what am I about to see here? Is that a hive weapon? Yep. Skies aflame. We're at 85 now on the quest line. It's happening! Real quick, I'm gonna try for the trials again. Because I may as well. I may as well get as many of these roulettes done as possible, so that way I can basically start on another class as soon as possible for my roulettes. Don't get me wrong, Dark Knight will always be my favorite, but there are times when one needs to what other people need. Just don't let it be Zodiark again, because I'm not gonna do that. I don't have the fight fully figured out. I'm not about to do it for a roulette. Not right now, anyway. Maybe once I get further ahead, but not right now. Oh, nice. This'll be quick and easy. Got 2 commendations. Okay, almost at 700 now. I probably should have a lot higher commendations than I do, but I just wind up... And I wind up in a lot of preformed parties, especially because I end up helping people a lot. Okay. So that's the end of the trials one. Let's start with the normal raids. Hopefully it's nothing absurd. No, it's quite interesting going back to doing roulettes for leveling. It's been quite some time, about a year now, a little over a year now. Yeah, it only took me a year to get all the classes to 80, and then basically it was a year of downtime. A little over a year. And the only time I do the roulettes, specifically the story one, would be for tomes. I wish they would actually do a little bit more with the story of roulettes. Why? I don't... Deltascape? I don't remember this villain. It might be one of the Final Fantasies I've yet to touch. Yeah, the only ones I haven't touched were... I'm trying to think. Yeah, I can't... I'm trying to think of the main characters' names. Alright, so let's review. I've done 1, 3, 4, 6... So I guess 2 and 5? Yeah, because I've done everything else from that point. Got some first time. I mean, you may as well say that I am too, because I don't remember this fight at all. It looks like it's gonna take a little bit of time. I guess. Well, of course the Dragoon wouldn't go flying, being on the tank panel. It feels like the HP's not moving at all. Definitely looks like she's from one of the earlier Final Fantasies. Great. Why do people always have to come close to me? This person stay on the glowing zone, but it's the crystal fire. Of course. Gonna protect the newly revived healer. Oh, I think I remember something like about this. You gotta follow the current. It's like the Pokemon spinning towel mechanic. I think this will get us to our destination. No, but this one will. This person needs to... Oh my. Do they just not see the floor panels? Alright. It's in. Going. Well, this is taking longer than I would like, but at least it's a nearly 20 level difference, even though my gear doesn't reflect that. The game. Finally. I'm gonna be here. Really having a hard time here. I'd rather not get involved with an alliance at this point. I think I've done enough when it comes to duty roulettes.
And lo, vile beasts did rise.
And here we go.
Leaving naught in their wake but blood and ash. Sun scorches earth and boils seas. And our sins ascend unto the heavens.
It's those creatures again.
Three dooms to unmake all we were.
The sky burns. The final days are truly upon us.
My friends, I trust you have heard the news.
We have. What can you tell us of the situation, Your Excellency?
Last night, the isle was rocked by tremors, and the earth itself cried out. Aloft, the heavens began to burn. From all about, unholy beasts, the likes of which we had never seen, came forth in fury and rage. No. To say they came forth would be inexact. The people of Radzat-Han themselves transformed into these baleful fiends. Though the phenomenon was observed throughout our lands, the first creature, the largest and most dreadful of the lot, wrought havoc upon us here in our fair city. Though they bear superficial resemblance to divinities of legend, they are ungodly abominations. The people decry them as blasphemies. The Large One's rampage has since taken it to the northern reaches of the island. I mean to dispatch our radiant host in an attempt to quell the threat.
And what of Vritra?
Vritra too makes for the north of his own accord, and yet he knows the blasphemy and its minions were but yesterday his beloved people. I pray his boundless compassion and mercy does not deter him from taking unenviable but necessary action.
Understood. I ask that you allow us to aid you in quelling this threat.
You would risk your lives to help us yet again? I have no words to express my gratitude. Our regiments approach the north from several directions, with a number of units set to depart from the docks of Jedlimat. They will make landfall in an area of dense jungle, where one can expect to encounter dangers even beyond the fell beasts we hunt. I leave you to your preparation. You will find me at the docks when you are ready to depart.
We're as prepared as we'll ever be. Let's go.
Purple carrot juice. I thought so. I thought a duty would be unlocked if I talked to him, or not that far from it. Alright, let's take a look at what we're expecting. I don't think I'm gonna get involved in it tonight, but let's at least take a look. 85, I'm level 510. Yeah, I'm at 572. If all comes to worse, I can replace my armor at some point. Alright. Yeah, I think we'll just leave that be for the time being. Not just, we're at 85 right now, but it seems like we're nearing the end of the story. So I'm just sitting here like, what in the world is the end game here? Yeah, people already crafting and everything. Let's see if anyone's put stuff up. Yep, it looks like people started putting it up. Even though these items can be bought in shops as you progress, which is actually genius. But I mean, some of them are hard to find, like this. closer look at them. I will say these definitely look pretty good. They don't look like they're crystal items. Well, yeah, they do kind of. At first they look pretty smooth, but then you look at the sides right there, and it's pretty jagged. So yeah, it looks like crystal kind of deal. And what do we have here? Those look like keys. And honestly, these types make you look like you have a shuriken on your back. May as well see. If there's any new glamours that have surfaced. Nothing so far. May as well see if anyone's produced something interesting here. Nah. Although, just seeing if the prices for these weapons have dropped any. I guess somewhat, but not enough to really justify for me. Yeah, I think that's enough looking. Yeah, so honestly I would like to continue, but unfortunately, I do have work that I need to attend to, so I will have to cut it short here, which is probably going to be the shortest time of these playthrough videos that I've been going through. It is most certainly going to be the shortest one of them, I'm sure. But, I mean, that's not entirely my fault. I mean, the queue to even log in is by the thousands daily, and it's met with error codes which infuriates a lot of people, me and my FC included. But it is what it is, and I'm not gonna sit here and point fingers at people when it's not gonna accomplish anything. So it is what it is, and I accept that. But it is still infuriating, because I ended up losing about an hour and a half just trying to log in that I could have used for additional content and streaming. But can't really help it. There are a lot of people, and a lot of them are people who migrated over from WoW, so that's also been a factor in why the queues are so crazy. And at the time of recording for this video, tomorrow will be the official launch of Endwalker, so by the time you guys see this particular video will be well within launch. And yeah, it's probably gonna get a lot worse in terms of logging in. At least for a while. Until the hype dies down. Hopefully it's not too bad, but it probably will get a lot worse starting tomorrow at the time of this video, because it will be the 7th of December. And yeah, I did say this video is probably going to be the shortest, but who knows, it might get shorter from here depending on how easily I can get into the queue. We'll see, but I'm hoping for the best. Either way though, if you guys did enjoy this video, do leave a like, comment, subscribe, and until the next video guys, I'll catch you guys later.